Okay, time for the best chore of the day, folding laundry. Uh, what should I have for lunch? Oh man, this shirt. I should have brought this back to my sister yesterday. She lent it to me last week. Oh, and the week before that, she lent me this one. Oh, wait. She seemed a little grumpy yesterday. Could it be because of me? Oh, I always think I'm a pretty great sister. Fun, reliable, easygoing, and when I borrow her stuff, I always think it's fine. She knows I'll return it eventually. But maybe it's not just about that. Maybe it's about showing her I respect her things and following through to return them on time. Hey there, everyone. Did you catch my light bulb moment? That moment when something just clicks. When you have a realization or understand something important that you didn't fully see before. That's what we're focusing on today. Just in time to work on my final book club letter. You might remember that in stories, there are, of course, characters who go through conflict. Characters grow and change over the course of the story. And when a character figures something out, has their own realization or light bulb moment, it's not random. Remember, authors include and build to moments like this on purpose. Characters' realizations often point us to the big ideas the story has been exploring all along. They help us see why the journey mattered, what the character learned, and what the author wants us to take away as readers. Light bulb moments usually happen near the resolution, the part of the story where the big problems get solved and things come to a close. That's when the character's realizations come to the surface, and the story's theme becomes clearest. Think back to a favorite story you've read or watched. Can you remember a moment when a character figured something out, when they had that light bulb moment? What did they realize? Pause here and jot down one example you remember from any story you love. Here are some of my favorite examples. In The Lion King, Simba realizes he can't keep running away. He has to face his past and take his place as king. In Inside Out, Riley realizes it's okay to feel sad. You don't have to be happy all the time. In Charlotte's Web, Wilbur realizes that true friendship means remembering and honoring someone, even after they're gone. These aren't just moments for the character. They're moments for us as viewers and readers, too. They show us the message or theme the author has been weaving through the whole story. Okay, let's bring that thinking into Peter Pan. In today's chapter, Peter's big realization is a major turning point. He's always been about adventure, about showing off how brave he is. But when Tink drinks the poison meant for him, what happens? Let's take a look. Peter sank lower. The forest pressed in around him. And then, like a shadow slipping into place, something settled over him. I always thought being brave meant fighting, he said slowly. Charging in, swinging a sword, winning. He shook his head. But when it really mattered, I didn't help them. I didn't even try. I didn't want them to leave, so I stayed behind. If I was really brave, I'd help my friends get home. His hands curled into the moss beside him. And now Hook has them, and he almost took Tink too. Did you catch Peter's light bulb moment? Pause here to write down what he realized or figured out. Peter suddenly understands something pretty important, right? He's always loved being the brave leader, rallying the Lost Boys and taking on pirates. But he comes to understand that when it truly counted, he didn't show bravery. He let his friends down. He now sees that real courage would have meant putting their needs first and helping them get home, even though that's not what he wanted. For a boy who swore he'd never grow up, Peter sure grew a lot in that light bulb moment. But don't tell him I said that. He might crow at me. Now that we know about Peter's realization and how he grows and changes, what do you think the story is trying to say? What's the big idea it leaves you with? Remember, there's not just one right answer. As long as you're using what the text shows us, your interpretation or idea about what the message is matters. That's what makes reading so powerful. Pause here to write down your thoughts. Throughout this whole book, I've been thinking about a lot of different themes. Before reading, it felt like it could be about imagination, the power of believing in magic and flying off to faraway places. I wondered if it was about home and the idea that home will always be there for you to come back to. Or maybe time? Time is always moving forward and things can't stay the same forever. I also considered change. That change can be hard, but it's the only way to grow. And there were definitely parts that made me think about friendship and what it means to stick together. Did you think of any of those? It's amazing how one story can leave us with so many possible messages. To me, though, the theme that stood out the most was growing up. Not really if you grow up, because we all do, but how. We've already seen how much Wendy has grown up, and Peter's still Peter, and he still says he'll never grow up and be a man, but something changed in him, just a little. In that moment with Tink, he realized something big, that real bravery isn't just about sword fights or adventures. It's about caring for others. It's about being there for the people you love and letting them be there for you. Even a boy who never grows up can grow into that kind of bravery. That's what I'm going to write about in my final book club letter. What an amazing reading experience. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Now, before we say goodbye to Peter, Wendy, and the rest of the crew, there's just one more chapter to go. And we can't forget about the epilogue. That's the part of a story where the author shows us what happens after the main events are over. It's just like a little peek into the future, a way to see how the characters are doing and sometimes to leave us with one final idea or feeling. So as you read these final parts, keep your theme thinking caps on. Ask yourself, what's the final message this story leaves me with? Does it connect to a character's light bulb moment? What does the story's end make me feel as a reader? Let's turn the page together and find out. Happy reading, and I'll see you back here soon. Hey.